success. I really help people stand on top of their story and not underneath it.
Nice.
Amazing.
Beautiful.
Luke?
Yeah, my name's Luke Scott, and I am an international speaker and do workshops all around the world, teaching people how to really connect with their own energy, understand their own energy, and then learn how to express themselves in the bedroom, in the boardroom, wherever it is, how to bring more of that passion, more of that fire into your life. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today.
Awesome. And Sia, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sia D. I am a love coach, author, and Tantra practitioner. So I help men and women to understand more about the dynamic of an amazing sex and how to create intimacy and how to basically connect on a much deeper level and how to have juicy and super delicious sex.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, very, very nice. So guys, just to let you know that we're going to stay here for about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. So please feel free to fire up your questions as well. And today we are here because tomorrow is also Valentine's Day, but I'm sure that you can use all these tips outside the Valentine's Day, you know, and implement in your life and in your bedroom or other areas of your sexual activity. Who knows where is that might be. So what are you guys going to share with the public today? What do you think is the main thing that people are lacking these days, and what would contribute the overall orgasmic experience?
Who wants to go first?
Well, I know from speaking with you guys and hanging out with you, we all have so many different things. So it wasn't like, what should we share? It's how do you pick one, right? How do you pick one thing? So I know we've all picked one thing that we think will really transform people and really, really help people. Eugina, I know we're sharing this all over social media too, right? Is this on your page and it's going to be on everybody else's page too?
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. Awesome. Guys, I'll go first if that's cool. I'll share my one thing. And what I want to do first is just first get everybody to take a deep breath in and out. Everyone gets so excited when we start talking about sex because it is exciting and you get so much energy built up. And for me, one of the things that I really want to do this year is make sex a normal conversation. So we get rid of the stigma, we get rid of the bullshit around sex and the embarrassment and the shame and the guilt and all that stuff that's not really true anyway. It's just stuff our parents have given us or our society and friends have conditioned us. And I want to just make it a normal conversation. Great. So the thing I would like to share, and if you do this with your partner, it will totally, totally change the game. This thing, you know, if maybe you've been in a relationship for a while and things have gotten a bit stale and you're kind of struggling you want something to spice things up again. Or maybe you're with a new partner and you want to get more intimacy. You want to get more depth to your connection, sexually and not sexually. This thing can really, really help you. So what I want to share with you is about communication. Now, communication is a huge, huge area, but this one thing in particular can have a massive impact. Sit down with your partner. Before lovemaking or just any time, sit down with your partner across from each other so you can see into each other's eyes. And then what I want you to do is I want you to tell your partner what your intention is. Now, this can be your intention for your relationship. It can be your intention for this particular lovemaking session. It can be whatever you want it to be. So many people in their relationships and in their friendships, they go on autopilot and they keep going until something breaks, until it stops working. But a really simple exercise you can do to just check in regularly is sit down with your partner and just ask them, what is your intention for this? Like, what do you want to get out of this? And just asking that simple question can really open things up because they might say to you, well, my intention is to get closer to you. My intention is to become more vulnerable with you. Or my intention is to explore more of my desires with you. And then that's just a really great place to start a conversation, because whatever they say, then you can start rolling with it, start to build up some momentum. So if they say, my intention is to create more intimacy with you, then naturally you might say to them, well, how would you like to do that? And all of a sudden now you've got this really deep conversation going. And this is whether you imagine just before you have sex, just before you make love, you have this real deep, intimate conversation where you both share with each other exactly how you feel, your fears, the things you're excited about, your worries, any of your bullshit that's coming up for you. For me, energetically, this creates a magical space where then when you do come together intimately, it's just incredible, because most sex for most people is very physical. It's kind of a race to see who can come the fastest, or you make sure that your girl comes a few times and then you're okay to come yourself, right? And that's what I did for most of my life. And this just really takes away that urge to ejaculate. That's totally out of the question. It's off the table. And instead what you're left with is this beautiful intimacy between the two of you, which could lead to sex or it couldn't. But what it definitely will lead to is more love and connection. So I really encourage you, for Valentine's Day or any time, sit down with your partner, face each other, and just before you have sex, before you make love, talk. Say what your fears are, say what you would like to get, what your intentions are, anything that's coming up for you. And this just works a lot of magic. Do you guys do something similar with your partners?
Oh, I love that about intention.
Yeah, intention is definitely setting the entire mood for the entire time together, whether you having sex or not. It's like when you set the intention, you just changing the flow and connecting on a deeper level with the person that you're spending time with. And it's no more like, oh, it's a nice weather outside, let's just have sex. It's actually that you feel that your souls are touching, and this is so beautiful, for sure. And you actually don't have to be in a relationship to do that either.
No, not at all.
No.
Yeah, it's like any person, the partner of your choice, when you are making a connection with, when you're deciding to go that route and have sex, that have that sexual connection with someone, you just really can take a seat, take a deep breath, and really share what is that your intention you want to get out from your time together. And either it's like one night stand or it's like a long-term relationship, so when you set this up, it changes the dynamic of the relationship incredibly.
Yeah.
Can I go next? Because mine's along the lines of communication as well, I guess, before we get down and dirty.
Oh.
That's what mine's about. Oh, okay, here I am. So my top Valentine's sex tip is a very simple yet really effective principle that works with the vibration of appreciation. And appreciation is one of the strongest vibrational qualities that we can have to create, to co-create, to manifest. Because what we focus on grows. In the same way that what we resist persists, what we focus on grows. And it's a very simple technique that you can do with your lover or with anybody that you want to grow your connection with. Is you can sit in front of each other. I mean, naked is always good because, like, why not? So you can sit in front of your partner and say, what I love, like, or appreciate about you is, or what I love, like, or respect about you is. And you can take it in turns so that one goes and then the other goes, one goes and then the other goes. And you're building this kind of vortex of appreciation between you both. So you can keep it like really, life things, but you can also work in it on a sexual way. What do you love? What does that partner offer you sexually that you really appreciate, that you really love? What are the things that they do that make you come the hardest, that turn you on the most? Do you love dirty texts in the day? Do you just love being, kissed on the neck from behind? I think sometimes we miss some of the really subtle things that turn our partner on. because we don't voice it to each other. We just kind of take it for granted, you know, that we do that, or they like that. We don't really understand the extent of which it maybe turns them on, or opens them up, or lights them up, or lets them feel appreciated by you. And that really deepens your connection. So it's very simple. What I love, like, and respect about you, or what I love, like, or appreciate about you. And so here's the tip that very few women know, is that to men, respect is more important than love. Which for a woman is like, what the hell are you talking about? But to be respected, to most men, is more important than being loved, because the way that we value those things and what they mean to us mean different things. So if you're sat with a man and you can tell him all the things that you respect about him, it's a very attractive force, because it's very unlikely that in his life that anybody will really directly tell him what they respect about him. Even if they do respect him, they're very unlikely to say it directly. And so it's a real gift, actually, to a man when you can be vocal and appreciative and telling him what you respect about him. And it's very magical. It's very beautiful in the way that when you tell a woman that you love her, and you don't just tell her that you love her because it sounds like nice words, and you tell her why. So if you're sat with a woman, that's the key that really turns the lock. You don't just say, I love you. You say, I love you because, and just watch her melt. I love you, babes. And it's very powerful, because what that does is it shows her that you pay attention. It shows her that you're listening. It shows her that you care, and it shows her that you appreciate her, not just because, you know, if you say these words you'll get this result, but that you are really taking notice of her. And that increases her desire for you, because then she wants you to notice the good things that you do. So again, you're creating this beautiful feedback loop of desire and appreciation. And so you can do this at any time, but it's a beautiful thing to do as you're, you know, moving towards making love. If you're kind of naked with each other and you're talking about what you like about each other generally, and then what you like about each other and what you love about each other and what you really, you know, desire about each other sexually. So I say give it a try. I think you'll be really pleased with the outcome.
Oh, for sure. That sounds wonderful. That sounds very, very intimate, actually, as well, you know, where you can just appreciate each other for what you are and who you are, without anything like any add-ons, you know, just like two people together. Oh,
I feel like we might need to explain for some people who've tuned in to learn tips about sex, and what we're talking about so far is using words. Why are we doing that?
Yeah, that's really good, Luke. Thank you. Well, for me, it's because sex is not just a physical thing. Like, usually sex starts in the mind way before it connects in the body. And so the mind is the biggest spiritual muscle that we have. When we can focus on, engorge, enlarge the sexual energy in our mind, then everything else follows in such a beautiful, strong way. And I think it's something that we miss. We get so focused on the physical, and there's nothing wrong with that, and it's amazing and pleasurable, fantastic, yet there's more for us to discover. And when we can just take the time to think, what else, how can I increase my pleasure, what different ways are there available to me, what you can find is that the level of your desire when your physical bodies do come together, the strength of your orgasm because of the energy that you created between you, is like 10 times what it would have been if you'd have just gone out for a drink on Valentine's Day and then fell in bed at the end of the night. It's a very different experience of sex, of making love, and of intimacy.
Yeah, absolutely. And if this is all quite new for someone who's watching, because I know everyone who's watching is going to be at different levels, then I just want to give you a heads up that we are running a full one-day event on the 24th of March in London. It's an introduction to sex and intimacy. So all 4 of us are going to be there, all delivering our own stuff. So this is just like a real little taster for you. So we're going to share later how you can get your tickets, but search on Facebook. It's an introduction to sex and intimacy. It's also on Eventbrite. But yeah, amazing, Jay. Absolutely love it.
Yeah,
Who's going to go next?
We're going to post the link for the event later.
Yeah.
Eugina, I can't hear you very well, you know, doll.
Oh, yeah? Can you hear
Sound
me
a bit
now?
quiet.
Beautiful.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can hear you good.
Yeah. All right. Oh, that's good. All right. Sia, fabulous Sia, would you like to share with us and the public what is that, how they can spice up their life, their sex life in particular, and make it more juicy, more intimate, more connected, and to have like altogether most fabulous experience?
The things that I always teach my clients and people when they come to my workshop is this concept that I call it the triangle of pleasure. I'm just going to ask you a question for anyone who's watching is what happens if you imagine you hammering a nail and then you just hammer your finger just by accident, and this pain is like growing intensely, and what we do, we hold it and we're like so when we basically what we're doing is there are 3 elements in what we do. We breathe deeply, we make sound, and we move our body. So when we do this, we, instead of having the pain, which is a sort of energy or a sensation to get stuck in a little area, we want to spread it around so the pain can be more bearable, maybe less to be more bearable, basically. So pleasure is also another type of energy or sex energy that we build up in our body. So the triangular of pleasure that I call it is breath, sound, and movement. A lot of people, especially in today's like fast-paced world, they have no time. We never breathe anyway. Like our breath is like very shallow. And one of the main reasons for people to have erectile dysfunction, or they have premature ejaculation, or for women that can't have orgasm, or the orgasms are not as strong, or any other issues, most of the issues that comes into our sex is because of lack of breath. When we don't breathe, there is no oxygen. And when there's no oxygen, or there's no blood flow into our genitals. So first thing is just everything not going to be working. So, and another thing for a lot of lovers is that they, because of the condition, maybe they grew up in a house that the parents were next door, and he or she's not the partnering, and just had to be very quiet sex, or in the dorm, they don't want anyone else to hear about their sex. So we all condition ourselves to be quiet when we have sex. And another thing, that we just don't want to move. And if we don't make sound, if we don't breathe, and if we don't make our body to move, especially our hip, our energy, our sexual energy, going to get stuck in our sex centers or our genitals. And also for a man, his sex energy going to build up so much in your genitals that it's going to explode and you're going to come so quickly. And for women at the same time, it's going to be really like it's the pleasure is going to be really localized. Instead of the orgasms or the pleasure go through your body, it becomes really localized and very, like, it's not as intense. So my encouragement for lovers is just breathe. Deep breath while you're making love. Deep breath. Like, focus on you, because another most important thing for sex is to be present. And breath is our link between our mind and our body. And sex is a mind-body phenomenon. So when you breathe, when you focus on your breath, deep breathing to your belly, in and out, you start to feel more pleasure. When you make sound, even words like, you're so fucking hot, or I love your pussy, or your cock is so hard, or tell me what you love about it, or whatever, just words. And moving your body instead of being like a starfish. We have the starfish syndrome that a lot of people complain about. It's no good. Move, make sound, and breathe as much as you can. Wake up all the neighbors. Tomorrow is going to be Valentine's Day, so fuck it. Just make everyone wake up.
Love it. Woo, I'm down with that, Sia. I'm totally down with that.
So yeah, again, my tip is breathe as much as you can, deeply and slowly. Make sound and move your body.
Yeah, and breathing for me is one of the biggest shifts I've found, because when you're in sex, in the middle of sex, and it's very physical, like how I did it for most of my life, you don't really take that time to breathe and connect with those lower energy centers. And as soon as you do, something magical happens. It brings all your energy inside of you. And then you're like, whoa, you have all this new awareness. You're like, whoa, where's all these feelings came from? This is awesome. And it makes me a lot more sensitive, but in a really great way, more sensitive and empowered. So it brings me right into the present moment and really controlled as well. How about you, ladies? How does breathing affect you when you're in a lovemaking session?
Oh, for
Eugina,
sure.
do you want to go first? Because you've not really spoke much.
Yeah, sure. Well, for me, when I breathe, it definitely brings the entire different swing to the things, you know. It's like, first of all, it takes me out of my head. Like, for example, if there is like some thought is like, what's for dinner or something like that, it just all gets disappeared, you know, right there and then. And what happens is I really become present to the experience. I really gets me in my body for sure.
Mm.
And also moving myself for sure does create a whole lot of different things. I actually wanted to say that I've seen there is online that there is like this not even underwear is created where you like put two people together and it like moves for you.
Hey.
It's like, it's the weirdest thing ever where you just, so it's like people become so lazy, or I don't know who have invented this, you know, that actually it stops people from moving themselves, that it's like kind of, they put themselves in this technology that moves them for them. You know,
Okay.
It's for everything.
Interesting.
yeah, so it's like something crazy. But for sure, breathing sound. Oh, sound! I love that. Yeah. What about you, Jay?
For me, when I started to use breath in a more intentional way, it helps me to get more present inside of my body to how I'm feeling. So I can start to focus more deeply on how I'm feeling underneath my skin, you know, how it feels to receive a particular touch, or how it feels to give a particular touch. And that increases the sensation, the pleasurable sensation in my body. And I've also used the breath intentionally to practice the full body orgasm, to bring my breath up the body so that I can experience energy orgasm, which is amazing and beautiful and available to all of us through, you know, through breath and intention and releasing our blockages, our tension blocks in the body. So when I really started to use the breath and the focus and the intention, I was having full body wave energetic orgasms before having a peak orgasm. And then after having that peak orgasm, because I'd learned how to use my breath and energy and intention, I could let the wave of that orgasm move through my body for longer. So absolutely.
Wow,
Awesome.
that sounds incredible. Who wants to have a full body orgasm? Like, like, I mean, I haven't known those people. All
Sounds
right.
good.
Just to remind our audience who are just tuning in that today we have been discussing 4 tips for having a mind-blowing sex. And so far we have discussed the intimacy, that just really set your intention and really connect with one another before. And we also have discussed to really just get to know each other, to share what is good about one another, share appreciation, and actually pay attention to details as well. And also the love triangle. Oh my gosh, I love that name. Where you use your breath, sound, and movement. How amazing is that? Well, right now, what I would like to share with you is a little bit naughty, maybe, and a bit mysterious. So what do? what do you do is that you, first of all, you decide what is that you would like to give or receive, you know, and what would you like particularly have with this partner that you're choosing to have sexual experience with. So what you do, and especially if it's Valentine's Day or any other occasion, you know, who knows when you like to play. So what you could do, decide what is that you really like sexually and write it all down in a beautiful paper, you know, and in details. So you would give direct instructions on what, how, and like maybe not like a recipe, but something, you give the directions to your partner. What would you like to be done to you, or what would you like to do to them? So when you write it all out, so your partner knows the direction of the flow, you can wrap it all up and place it in an envelope. You can leave it in a very nice place, you know, for your partner to find, and actually create some little mystery. You can also put down where and what time to meet you, so you would be ready there waiting. So like, let's say it's like 5-10 minutes, meet me in the bedroom, you know, this kind of thing, or like wherever you decide. So once you get to the bedroom, so you would have enough time to prepare yourself for the action. And it also gonna create like this naughty mystery, you know, it's like gonna give this time for your partner to settle in their mind, you know, what is going to happen, you know, like absorb everything.
It's exciting.
Yes, very exciting. And probably my friends are watching this Facebook Live. It's like, I have to know more. So, again.
Oh.
Turn that on silent, girl.
Top tip, if anyone's doing a webinar, phones on silent. Yeah.
Silent.
Yeah. Your laptop, I think that's the one. Yes, so once you've done all that, you can really create some mystery, you know, around what is going to happen, and really like show this, like your imagination is going to flow, your partner's imagination is going to flow, you know, it's just really set the mood, you know, it's like dress up or undress, you know, for the occasion. It's like whatever floats your boat, like really bring this spice into that, you know, whatever you decide to go sensual or a bit kinky, who knows, you know, what is that your imagination is really craving for. And just really go with the flow, take it easy, you know, to start with, you know, like the guy said, make sure that you connect beforehand.
Eugina, how do we get you on the main screen?
What do you mean?
Everybody's screen on Zoom is different, so you've chosen how you can, so everyone else can see all four of us.
Oh, right, okay.
Don't worry.
Sorry. Take it back, continue.
Oh, I see, okay.
No problem. So yeah, this is my tip, you know, I like to bring a little bit of kink, you know, into the bedroom, you know, a little bit of mystery, a bit of game, you know, this kind of thing, you know.
What are you going to be sharing? Do you want to tell people what you're going to be sharing at the one-day event, Eugina? Because it's pretty exciting.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to be sharing the desires and how to really announce your desires. Not really even announce, but how to present your desires, how to be present to your desires, how to claim them, and how to communicate them. Because this is something that we are all struggling, well, not all of us, but most of the people are struggling with, you know, that when you really want something sexually and you are really too shy to communicate that with your partner because of like whatever, what is he gonna think about me? What is she gonna think about me? What if he doesn't want that? What if she doesn't want that? What if they think that I'm a freak? Oh my God, you know, so it's like all these kind of things, you know, it's like you're gonna find out how to learn to realize what is your desire, how to communicate that, and what to do in case there is an overlap, if your partner is not up to what you're up to, and how to actually make things happen and work for whoever's involved in your desire, you know. So how to communicate that if it doesn't work for either of the partners, and how to take it further. Yes.
Tell them about the event.
Say again.
Should we tell them about the event that we've got coming up?
Go for it.
So we've got an amazing event, an introduction to sex and intimacy, coming up on the 24th of March, which is a Saturday. It's an all-day event. All 4 of us are going to be present. All 4 of us are teaching and workshopping, and it's going to be really interesting, really deep. It's suitable for couples and singles, and it's really open to anybody over 18 who really wants to explore more about sex and intimacy in relationships. And we're really excited about it. We've tried to really bring in like the best of what we've got to you, and we've got early bird tickets that are only £19. I think it's £49 or £50, £49.50 for a ticket for the full day workshop, which is amazing. But at the moment, we've got early bird tickets at only £19, so I suggest you go and get that. We've got a Facebook event. So what we'll do is in the comments of this video,
I've just posted it.
Oh, you nice one! Yeah. So Luke just posted the link. Good man, always thinking ahead. And so you can get your tickets there. So do come. We're going to have an incredible day. We're going to be teaching so much. Like, it literally is a full day. It's ridiculous value for money.
And if you are looking for something special to get your partner for Valentine's Day, just imagine you get this event, right? You get your tickets, you print them off, put them in the card. When they open them up, they'll be like, what? You'll be like, yeah, we're going to spend a whole day learning how to become more intimate with each other. We're going to spend a whole day learning how to have deeper, more sensual sex. We're going to spend a whole day learning how to build up our desires, how to create boundaries, how to create more love between us, all this awesome juicy stuff. And like,
I would love to go to my partner to this. I would so love to go.
Better than getting them chocolates, right?
Oh,
you can get chocolates too.
Chocolates.
I'd say chocolate and the ticket.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Fair dues, yeah.
Oh, I'm just looking through some comments, and Aldi says that he has got real loud neighbor. Oh, so yeah.
Oh dear.
What do you guys think about PDAs? Because that's public displays of affection. I love it personally.
Me too.
Because I think I'm inspiring people.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people think, oh, you can only do sexual things behind closed doors. But even like kissing, cuddling, holding hands, stroking each other. I think if you see someone doing that, it can inspire them. So I'm a big fan. What do you guys think?
Do you know what I find really interesting is that people are much more comfortable with seeing people in conflict than they are seeing people in love.
Yeah.
And I think that's really sad, and I think we should really take a stand. I think we should really take a stand on it.
Yeah, the thing is, sometimes it mainly comes from the scarcity mindset. So when people see other people are intimate, it reflects their lack of intimacy. So most of the time, I believe it comes from jealousy. That's why we don't want to see it, because it makes us think about our own lack of intimacy, maybe, and then we get bitter. But which again is rooted in all this, the conditioned mind to feel like we're lack of self-love. Because if you really love yourself, then you can really appreciate other people's sharing and expressing their love. Yeah. But again, it's a long way to change all of that, but we're all doing it anyways.
And if you are in a place right now where maybe you don't have a partner, come to the event, get your ticket, because there's going to be a lot of singles there and couples, and you're going to be at an event. Just think about this. You're going to be at an event and you know that everybody there is interested in becoming a better lover. Like, what better place is there to look for a partner, to look for whatever it is that you want than that? So come along. You're going to meet a lot of cool people who are really conscious, who are like open to exploring their interpersonal development. You know that they are ambitious and they want more from their life. So it's the perfect place to come and hang out and meet cool people. And if not, you can at least hang out with us.
And yeah, can I add something? This event, the information all of us provide is not something that you need to go straight away and practice that. It's a lifelong lesson whether if you're sexually active now, or you're going to be sexually active in, say, even 1 year from now. If you're celibate now and you want to have sex in 1 year time, you're still going to benefit, because we're not going to give you little tips on how to do anything like quickly, like go and have sex right now. We're talking about a lot of deep stuff that are going to be more transformative in terms of your perception towards how you see sex. So it doesn't matter if you're single, if you're not sexually active right now, or you are, it doesn't matter. These are like life lessons that you're going to carry, and you're going to use them for the rest of your life. So I believe anybody who's sexually active will benefit from it, definitely, because this is four of us. It's been working so hard, and then this the juice of what we have learned, and we're going to offer that to audience.
One of my friends I was talking to yesterday, she's a coach, and she does like transformation, life coaching type stuff. And she's invited 2 of her clients along. So she's bought tickets for 2 of her clients, because she said, look, if you want to transform your life, you have to be at this event. Wow. And I was like, yes, you're the best coach ever. Yeah. So if anyone's a coach and you've got clients and you want to do something really interesting with your clients to get way out of your comfort zone, get out of their comfort zone too, then come along. It's going to be absolutely incredible.
And with friends, I just think that's great. Yeah. And
Eugina? Can you imagine just to be in the room where all that energy is shared with one another, bouncing off one another, all this sexual energy being activated, the buzz, the excitement, the light, the like inspiration, that is absolutely mind-blowing. And everyone is driven by becoming a better lover, just to be better with your energy, hold themselves better, and share that with another one. How beautiful and like special is that?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you want to explain that? It's not a nude event.
Talk to people's fears, what people might be worried about.
Sure. So this event is going to be totally clothed. There's no nudity in this event.
No.
We will be talking about a more advanced event that we're going to do that you guys can come to, where we will take things very deep. But this is an introductory event. So it's going to be all clothes on. Everyone there is going to be in the same boat, you know. They're going to be there to come and open themselves up, to learn more things, to share. And you are going to have to be quite vulnerable. You are going to have to step out of your comfort zone. But any change, any transformation, it comes with that uncomfortableness, you know, and you just have to get used to that uncomfortableness. And that's where the growth is. That's where I love making people uncomfortable. It's one of my favorite things to do. But because I know when people are uncomfortable that they're growing, and I know that coming to an event for one whole day and being immersed in this and learning how to become a better lover is just going to transform every different area of your life.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Aho. Jay, do you want to explain what you're going to teach at the one-day event? Because I think it's really juicy.
So I am going to really get very practical about intimacy, about techniques of how to really release the layers of the roles that we play, and really go into a very deep heart-centered space, and to learn to use the sexual energy to power the heart energy. And how we can use that because when we learn with the breath, with the intention, with the energy, to move the energy up through the body, this is what contributes to full body orgasm, which is a fucking great feeling. But we can also use that to power our connection to our partner, and to circulate our energy with each other. Now, we can do that with our clothes off, and we can do that with our clothes on. I'm going to teach you how to do it with your clothes on, and how to have an experience of that in your own body, and to connect in a very beautiful way with another person. So I think you're really going to enjoy it.
Nice. Sounds magic. Sia, how about you? What are you going to share, bro?
Well, I believe one of the biggest problems in people's sexuality is lack of communication, and not being able to set proper boundaries and speak up. A lot of people, I'm getting really deep into understanding the concept of consent, and I hope a lot of people understand about it, and how to be able to say no and how to say yes and own your no and yes, and to set proper boundaries and communicate, whether before sex or during sex or after sex. Because I believe the purpose of lovemaking, the main purpose is to have pleasure. And unless we can have trust and unless we can relax, we can never experience pleasure. And the trust will come through transparent and clear communication. And when we know where we're meant to go and where we're not meant to go. So people want to have understanding of these boundaries, then we can dive into a totally different realm. And that's what I want to talk about.
Sounds awesome.
What about you? What are you going to share at the event?
I'm going to teach people something that totally transformed my life in all ways, but especially my sex life. And I'm going to teach people how to use their sexual energy in a powerful way, because most people don't know how to really connect with their sexual energy. So I'm going to teach you a technique where you can literally magnify the sexual energy in your body, circulate it around your whole body with you and your partner to the point where you don't even have to be inside each other to make each other orgasm. And this is something that I really find so fascinating, is when you can make the other person orgasm without even touching them. Now, I know that might sound absolutely crazy to some people. You might not believe it, but it is very, very possible. And it's not actually difficult once you learn this technique, which I'm going to share with you in the event. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. How does that sound? Who'd be interested in that? Let me know. Comment below.
Energetically orgasmic.
Get your tickets below. Okay, should we wrap it up, guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'd just like to say this event for me is really for anybody who feels like they could get more out of their sex life, for anybody who just feels like they haven't quite tapped into their full sexual power. Then there's going to be something here for you. And if you like the sound of having mind-blowing sex, like just absolutely crazy, toe-curling, explosive orgasms, then this is the place to be. Saturday the 24th of March in London. Get your ticket below. That's my bit done. That's what I'm aiming it at. And I really just want to stress to you that when you become a more powerful lover, you become more powerful in every area of your life. So I really can't think of anything more important than coming and learning about how to step into your true sexual power.
Absolutely, absolutely. I must agree that sexual power is the strongest power that human can possess at all, and it's like, and how it's suppressed for many people. So this is time to let it all out. This is time to unleash the true desire within, the true sexuality, the true potential, so that all of you is a whole with all your fullness and juiciness, can spread this love around and actually share that with others. Either they're your lovers, your work colleagues, or just acquaintances. You know, this is absolutely amazing. And if you are looking to become fuller, more juicier version of yourself, this is for sure the event for you. Grab your tickets now, as they don't gonna last, and we are looking to see you there. I'm sure we'll do a couple more Facebook Lives beforehand, but for sure, for now, have a lovely evening and goodbye.
Bye.
Lots of love, everybody. Hope to see you there.
Bye.
Go. Bye.